Hello, Mom.
Hello.
Trying to make a home chef?
Yes, I am. I don't know how it's going to come out.
I'm going to help you now. What do we got here?
Well, I got ground meat. I'm supposed to put this in here. The white part of the onion.
There it is.
The tomato.
Beef Mexi-mac and cheese skillet.
And it says put all this in before the ground meat even cooks. You just
put it all in before the ground meat even cooks.
Together.
Place a large nonstick pan over medium-high heat. Yep. Cooking spray. Add ground beef seasonings. So the pasta is already cooked. Well, this is nice. It's kind of like a heat and serve kind of meal, and the way today's been going, I don't want to have to think too much about preparing this. All right, Mom. So it says add the ground beef, then add the cream to the pan and bring to a simmer. Let it simmer and stir it until it slightly thickens. And then we'll add the cheese. Once it's melted, we stir in the pasta and 1¼ tablespoon of salt. Was the cheese melted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gooey.
Now it says we're going to stir that in for 1 to 2 minutes until it's warm throughout. We don't have our pets much in our videos. Lulu is a puppy at heart. If she still could, she'd ride on the bicycle with Tiana. I mean, she literally on her own.
In the air.
And we have a little stroller at home, and she loves to sit in that stroller. But 8 months ago, she got hit by a car. And we had to take her to a 24-hour pet ER in Des Moines. And they had her on IVs, and they had to nurse her back to a stable condition for over a week. And then we had to bring her home, and we had to had a catheter and the whole works. And we had to bring her home, and let me show you this pathetic poor creature. We had her groomed today because when she got injured, they had to shave all this off her leg, and they also had a patch area here they had to shave to put the IV. And the hair would not grow back. So she basically had chicken legs, and one half of her body, it's been 8 months, and none of this hair would really grow back. It just wasn't there. So we took her to the groomer and said, we don't know what to do with her. Just make her match. Basically, we had to trim her, balance her out. So now she's not just bald on her left rear leg, she's bald on her right. But at least it makes more sense. Lulu.
At least it looks like we tried for something.
We tried. Her pelvis was broke, and the rest of her injuries were soft tissue, but very traumatic. She was swollen up. I'll show you a picture right here. She was swollen up to this poor red plump thing, and they said it was such a trauma, and the way the pelvic bone was broke, it would be worse to try to deal with trying to do something with the pelvic bone than just to leave it and make sure she doesn't move around too much and just let it heal. But it also basically blew out her knee. And so she used to walk with her...
They didn't know that, though.
But they didn't really know that.
They said it was just something normal dogs get when they're older.
They thought it was previous. I said, no, she walked just fine before. But her left leg would toe in 90 degrees, and she was walking with her left leg literally bent in 90 degrees.
And it was coming out of its knees.
Yeah, and so she couldn't hardly walk, especially on the hardwood floor. She was slipping and falling. So then we had to go ahead and have her basically cut a little ridge so that they could pop the tendon in place so it would ride in this ridge to hold her leg, hold her everything in place. We took her to Bree, which is my nephew's wife, and she has a grooming shop here in Delta, Colorado. Yeah, so if you're in the Delta area and you need somebody to groom your pet, check her out. She's up by the high school in Delta, Colorado. But she's really good with the animals, and she'll treat them very nicely. She's very caring. So
she has a lot of her own.
She has a lot of animals of her own. More than I would ever want, including a pig. So now on that depressing note,
you should spread it out more.
Here is the finished meal of the Mexi-mac and cheese from Home Chef. Let's give it a shot. How long did that take, Mom? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
15 minutes.
It was pretty quick. So, Mom, why don't you go ahead and sample it, and let's see what you think. All right, Mom. Is it warm enough? Mm-hmm. Now it's basically more like a heat and serve type of dish.
It's good, but I wouldn't give it more than a 6.
More than a 6. That's fine. How does it compare?
I would add more cheese.
Add more cheese?
And more seasoning.
Now, it was pretty fast to make. It required a little more effort than a TV dinner, but how would you compare it to a TV dinner?
No, it was pretty easy. It was.
And I mean, as far as flavor.
The flavor's good. I would add more seasoning.
So, when we were at the winery yesterday, Robin and I bought some sriracha salt. So I'm going to go get that out of the camper, and we're going to put that on ours, not Dad's. He doesn't like spicy. And we're going to see if that gives her the spice that she was needing. And I got ghost pepper salt. I'm probably going to put that on mine. Hey, Robin, did you try it yet? No? But you tried the sriracha stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like a smoky spicy.
But it's not like hot. Like, is it as hot as regular sriracha or not?
No, the pieces in them are spicy. But
Okay, it's more mild.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried yours too.
How's mine?
It's spicy.
Is it hot? I want hot.
I think it is, but
You do?
it's not going to be, once you mix it in with stuff, it's not going to be that hot.
Right.
Straight, it's hot.
Okay. That ghost pepper salt it's got a bite, but it's not like, it's hot, but it's not painful. But it is hot. I'm gonna try the sriracha salt now. It's not as hot.
Has good flavor though.
To me, it seems to have the same flavor except saltier. The ghost pepper salt doesn't taste as salty as the sriracha salt, but the flavor is the same, but also the sriracha one is not as hot as the ghost pepper. So I'm gonna put the ghost pepper on mine. I should have tried this before to give it a rating before, but with the ghost pepper salt, I would probably give it a 5 or 6. I have to agree.
Sorry.
I love you, Robin. Honestly, I don't think it's that. The flavoring, the seasoning's not bad. It's just not hot without the ghost pepper. So I would still get maybe about 5.5 without the ghost pepper salt and around a 6 with. It could use, what could it use? It's like, it needs more something.
It's supposed to be a taco something,
Yeah,
right? I would put more cumin,
Yeah,
chili powder.
and it needs more fresh
It doesn't
whole
taste
vegetables.
taco at all.
It doesn't taste taco-y. It needs more like, maybe some tomatoes.
Well, there is tomatoes in it, but
they're
that's
not
not going to
like-
make it taste taco-y.
Robin is trying to explain what I can't say. But
Is this supposed to taste taco? I thought this was
it's a
Mexican mac and cheese.
Right, but yeah, that's
Oh, I guess it's just, yeah. Well,
It's not
I would
really-
add then, if it's Mexican though, I still would add more like cumin or chili
Yeah,
powder
it
and
needs
stuff
more
like that.
Mexican seasoning. It's
I eat
good.
that foods at restaurants that don't taste anything better than this. So I like Home Chef.
I give it 4.235.
My dad gives it a 4.235. just so you know, it's a little subpar in his opinion. So Mom's gonna try it with the
Now,
ghost
do
pepper.
you have enough
Oh, yeah,
on here for me to tell?
Oh yeah. Mom's gonna try it with the ghost pepper salt. Again, I like Home Chef because I can drop ship it anywhere. I can use it as gift boxes. You can suspend it so it's not always coming. You don't have to get it every week, and it just really kind of cool for that. And so in this case, you like it. You like it. So she likes that ghost pepper, and we got that ghost
The
pepper.
best run in the family.
We got the ghost pepper salt from the winery at.
Stony Mesa Winery up on Hollow Creek Road.
So this salt is actually made by Salt Sisters. Anyway, what would you give it a rating with that salt?
I would think I'd give it a 7.
So just by adding that salt.
Yeah.
There you go, Home Chef.
I'd go up to 4.62.
You didn't have to.
Up to 4.62. But you can drop ship your Home Chefs. You can suspend. You can, put the weeks on hold. You don't have to get it every week.
As long as you remember to do it.
Yeah, you do have to remember to log in and remember to put them on hold. I really like Home Chef. It's got a good selection of food. The food is generally pretty simple to fix, and it's more. Would you say more American style food, Robin? I mean, it's got different flavors. Like this was Mexi, and they have tacos and stuff. But it's more.
They just mix it up with their flavors, but they use a lot of American
More
stuff.
American.
It's a more
style
American
food.
styles, whereas Home Chef, HelloFresh, and Plated are more Ukraine and Asian, and which if you like that, that's great. But we don't want that on a regular basis. I mean, they had a lot of turnips and different things that you
Cool to
don't.
try though.
It was cool to try, but their
Didn't
menus
you
were a little
have
far out
brosh
there
or
for me.
something
And
one
Home
time?
Chef is more our speed. And so for us, Home Chef pretty much had something we like. So go to the johnnyoshow.
It's better than Robin.
So go to
Added a tomato.
So go to the
Can I
Johnny.
have some salt?
So go to the.
Can I have?
Go to thejohnnyoshow.com/promotions and you'll find a discount off your first box of Home Chef. So here's a flashback. My grandmother probably took this picture. This is a picture that was taken of Cripple Creek in 1968.
You ought to look up Grandma. She was one interesting person. I mean, she worked for Pinkerton Railroad.
Oh,
she
really?
was a detective. They were like the ones that carried the money around. And she would make acquaintances with these people that were trying to sue the railroad. And this one example was a man who fell and hurt himself and claimed he was injured permanently. She made acquaintances on the train because he was a regular passenger. And they invited her to their home.
Oh.
And he's out there swimming and diving off the diving board. In other words, it was a workman's comp type of case.
Right.
But she did that. She sold California perfume, which is the original Avon in California. I mean, she did a lot of interesting things. She married a man.
This is after Hans Albert, I assume?
Yeah, she had to get a divorce from him in order for...
Now, I was going to ask you, so are we of Hans Albert or who she married after Hans Albert?
No, we're Hans Albert.
So she
had 2 daughters, and we're in that bunch.
Oh, okay.
With Hans. But she needed to support these children. So this nice looking man met nice looking grandma. Of course, she was with the beautiful clothes and the bustles and the umbrella and all that. And I guess he was very attracted to her as he saw her then. So they got married. She had, with this idea that they would go back and get the girls in Ottumwa because they were staying with her sister. He'd be a family man. He didn't like that. So another divorce happened. So we're looking at 2 divorces way back when that wasn't popular. And then she went to Florida in the land boom. And there was this man, and I don't know what his name was, but he had this piece of property. They had tents. People would come to buy property and they would tent and then go look and buy, I guess. She didn't have the girls with her. They were still in Ottumwa. So he hired Grandma to be like the manager, clean the bathroom. They had a big building that was like an outhouse and a pump in it and all that. And so she had to take care of all that. I guess he decided he wanted to marry her. Still thinking she needed somebody to help her with the kids, so she agreed. And that's the guy that the next morning, after they'd gotten married, Grandma's has her toast and she's putting butter, and then she put jelly. He said, no, Grace, we don't do that. It's either butter or jelly. And she said, I'm having butter and jelly.
I don't blame her.
So that didn't sit with him. So apparently he wasn't real happy with her independence. So as time went on, I don't think it was too far into this, he encouraged her to go visit her sister in Ottumwa, Iowa, and get her girls, pick her girls up and bring them home. And it was all his idea. Yeah, they could afford it. She should go. So she took her trunks and all and went on a train. Then he started passing the word that he was going to divorce this woman because she had abandoned him. He actually sent her off so he could try and get a divorce and not have to give her anything. But he had written her letters of he was coming shortly and dear Grace and blah, blah, blah. But she saved her letters. So when she found somebody she knew let her know what he was up to. But they got another divorce, so that was her 3rd divorce.
Good Lord.
So
Back then that was like taboo, wasn't it?
So she got a divorce, but he had to give her some property.
Yeah.
And so she ended up with that 5 acres or whatever we had in Tampa, Florida. And I don't know what happened to him, but my grandma, who was raised like an aristocrat, they had a lot of money. How she met grandfather was she'd been sent by her father to go to the Art Institute in Chicago.
Hans Albert?
Hans Albert.
Right.
He sent her to Chicago to the Art Institute to learn all the things that gentle ladies learned to paint and do artwork and knit and crochet for all I know. So she went to the symphony orchestra and she heard grandfather play. Anyhow, that's how she ended up there. They get a divorce, she gets something, and poor grandma had to go out and dynamite tree stumps and all that kind of stuff. And they got goats and chickens and whatever, and that was her life after that. Kind of a hard life. And her name is Grace Lucinda Hadsell.